Today has had a little bit of something unless you're a One Punch Man fan, and I'll get into that in a moment. But we've had some Bocchi the Rock news, we've had, Mappa's overall stage to kind of revealing a bunch of different things. We had, a movie that Mappa's working on, we got a trailer for it, and then also we had a new trailer for Jujutsu Kaisen as well, which this trailer is just straight up, oh my goodness, it is such a good freaking trailer. Like, I'm excited. Like, I cannot wait for some of my favorite moments of Jujutsu Kaisen actually getting animated in this upcoming season. But okay, let's back it up a second and let's talk about one big detail, the elephant in the room, so to speak, and that is One Punch Man. So it was speculated that, One Punch Man was going to be being made by Studio Mappa, like Season 3 for clarification. We knew that a new studio was picking it up. We just had no idea. And rumor was being spread that, Mappa was picking it up, because they are pretty notorious for, picking up big titles. I mean, just this alone just speaks for itself. So they're known for that. So it wasn't really far-fetched to assume that, yeah, they got One Punch Man, because there's been just such a lack of information for it that it's like, okay, maybe we're gonna get it with this, stage that they had earlier this morning. So the stage came out, and overall, just to be completely frank, it's a mid-stage play. Like, there wasn't a lot. Like, it was mainly just Jujutsu Kaisen, some Hell's Paradise stuff, and then the announcement of the movie. Overall, it was just merchandise, etc., and nothing really on Chainsaw Man, and I'll talk about that in a second as well. But overall, when it comes to One Punch Man, it was not mentioned whatsoever. So there's a few things to kind of speculate here now that we had this come out, that One Punch Man is probably not, being picked up by Studio Mappa. Because if it was, this was the time to do it. This was the time to do it earlier this morning. But they didn't. Now, does this mean that there's still a possibility they could have it? Yeah, there is. Just maybe it's just nowhere near being ready, and maybe that's just why they chose not to announce it. Kind of in a similar vein as Chainsaw Man Season 2, since we know Season 2 will eventually come, but just when is a huge question. And so, with the lack of information around One Punch Man, we're all now wondering, okay, who really does have this series? And one thing that comes into mind is that maybe Madhouse picks it back up. Because FYI, Season 1 was done by Studio Madhouse. Now, obviously, even if they pick up the series, doesn't mean that it will go back to how it was in Season 1. It comes down to director, those animators that are working on it, and Madhouse has fundamentally changed a lot since then. So, it would definitely be completely different. So, if it is Madhouse, it'll be interesting to see, but will it be? Who knows? Could it be Studio Bones? Could it be Trigger? Who really knows at this point? But, yeah, if you're a One Punch Man fan, like me, you're in the mud right now. We're legit in the mud right now, because we don't exactly know who has this series and any information about it. Now, let's move on. So, moving on, we have Bocchi the Rock. So, Bocchi is obviously a series that has a lot of love, and this came out separately from the Mappa event today. And I want to point something out. Every time there is, like, a Mappa event, like with Chainsaw Man or something, Bocchi the Rock has some form of, like, announcement or teaser that comes out pretty close to it. And I feel like there's some form of kind of, like, unspoken rivalry between the two series, like Chainsaw Man and Bocchi. I mean, obviously we can look at the sales and stuff of the BDs, but it's just, like, it's weird to me that we have, like, this whole event with Mappa, and then they're like, oh yeah, guess what? There's an announcement for Bocchi today. We're gonna be making a movie. And yeah, okay, let's talk about that. So Bocchi's getting a movie. Now, this movie, don't get excited. It's not gonna be a continuation. It's apparently going to be a recap movie for Bocchi. Now, there might be some new scenes or something kind of incorporated into it, but overall, it is a recap. However, this is good news. If you're a fan of Bocchi, there is a good piece of news about this. That means that obviously they're wanting to compile it, they're wanting to keep people interested in the series, and then eventually they're going to release a season 2. If I had to take an educated guess, they're probably going to release the movie, and at the end of the movie, they're going to announce like a season 2 or something. That's my guess on the whole matter. So I wouldn't say this is bad news for Bocchi fans. Bocchi obviously did very well. It's just a matter of time, so to speak, when Season 2 is announced, or some form of continuation. So, yeah, just FYI there. Now, moving on, let's talk about the actual movie that was kind of announced, like a new key visual, so to speak. So this is a new key visual to a movie that Studio Mappa is working on, and overall, I like it. I mean, I think it shows kind of a lot of different elements. Like, you could see, like, this character, she's trying to look at a bright light, but you see how she's in the shadow. There's symbolic nature to this, and I like the way the hair is done as well down here on the left side. It's a legitimately good-looking key visual, and if you haven't seen the trailer as well, the trailer is also really good. I really recommend actually taking a look at this trailer. It's a brief 30-second teaser, but it looks great. And, I mean, if there's one thing I've always been harping on and saying about, you know, Studio Mappa, is that, yes, we can hate their work ethics, we can, like, you know, like how they overwork their employees, etc., but we can't put down the quality that is produced. Nobody, I think, is denying that. And obviously, when you take a look at this, it's just like, I'm curious on just how this movie is going to look, because it's like, Studio Mappa is obviously getting more and more popular. They're refining their talent, their animators, and I am curious on how this movie will be, since it's technically, from my... Yeah, it's an original movie, so it's not even, like, based on a manga or anything, or a light novel. It's an original movie, directed by Mari Okada. So, this means that there is a lot of flexibility here. There's a lot of, effort being put into this. This isn't someone else's property. I am curious on just how this movie will be presented. I will definitely be watching. Now, besides that, we move over into JJK, and obviously, JJK is going to be the talk of the town. Once, you know, this comes out, people are just going to be mind blown. It's just short and simple answer to it. It's going to blow everybody's minds when JJK Season 2 comes out, because it's going to be... Oh, man, there's a lot of frames in this trailer that's legitimately good. Like, this, I like the eye design and stuff. Like, I mean, I really do love, like, the shading and stuff that Mappa does with some of the character designs. But, yeah, so JJK's trailer, if you haven't also seen it, go watch it. Really good today. Like, oh my goodness, like... I'm gonna be honest here, like, this upcoming anime season, like, summer season, like, you know, with Bleach, Mushoku Tensei, and now JJK, it's gonna be an insane season. Like, there's gonna be just some quality anime, and legit, JJK is gonna be one of the best, easily, hands down. And if, you know, I don't know why I'm denying or doubting. I mean, obviously, Mappa's proven time and time again they can do a really good job. I mean, yeah, I'm 100% looking forward to, you know, just the upcoming work that Mappa's going to work on. So overall, today was a good day. I mean, if you're a Bocchi fan, it was a good day for you. You had, you know, an announcement that is definitely hinting at a Season 2. You know, if you're a One Punch Man fan, you're in the mud like me right now. If you are a JJK fan, obviously you're winning right now, and if you are interested in movies as well, you're also winning. So it's a good day with a little bit of bad thrown in, but what an interesting day for anime. I wanted to kind of bring this to everybody's attention because I know a lot of you guys out there love all these different things like JJK, like what Mappa's working on. We're interested in, let's say, Chainsaw Man, etc., which, oh yeah, that is something to talk about before I wrap up the video. Chainsaw Man. So, the Chainsaw Man stuff for the Mappa stage that we got today, really pretty much non-existent. There wasn't really much to really say. There wasn't really any confirmation, not really any trailers, nothing like that. And I think all in all, it kind of makes sense. And hear me out. They're working, obviously, on JJK for next season. They're working on Hell's Paradise right now. They're working on this movie. They're working on Attack on Titan, the final second half. You know, their hands are pretty tied right now. They're working on a lot of projects. And when you factor all that in, they probably just didn't really have anything to show for Chainsaw Man Season 2, even though we know it's coming. Like, come on now. We know it's coming. But it's just like, we know for a fact that, they probably didn't have much to show. And so they were like, okay, we're not going to really say anything about the anime or Season 2 because of it. We're just going to leave it as is, and that's about it. So, yeah, in terms of the rumor about the director shift or change, we don't know anything yet. Still has yet to be fully confirmed yet, so it's still a rumor. We'll see where it goes, but, yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed my video, please subscribe, leave a like, helps me out a lot, and with that, Chibi out.